This is WARZONEJONES. It's my Monday Night War review. I gotta say that both shows were okay. I thought both shows were better than last week, no doubt. I thought both shows were better than last week, especially TNA. But you know, let's get to the shows. Let's start off with TNA now. TNA started off with a match. It was the Wolfpack versus Team 3D and Jesse Neal. And I gotta say, Team 3D and Jesse Neal, these guys were dominating the hell out of the Wolfpack. Bottom line, they were dominating these guys. It wasn't even a back and forth battle, which I really didn't like. But then again, you know, you got those people out there who probably did like that because they can't stand the Wolfpack. You know, figure that well, these guys are old. You know, they past their prime, they should go. But you know, people don't say that Team 3D should go, and they're way past their prime. Like when you think about it. But other than that, but you know, but despite the fact that the Wolfpack got their ass whooped, they still managed to win. But so you know, these guys still managed to win. And the match, you know, it was an okay match. It should have been back and forth, but then again, some people might even say it was crap. But to me, it was okay. The match was okay. The Wolfpack win. Let's move on from that. He had an X Division match. Good, you know, always had this X Division match on there between Shannon Moore and Kaz. You know, we get Kaz back on TV, thank God. And the match was it was a pretty decent match. It was a decent X Division match. It should have been better in my opinion. Could have been better, but you know, the match was okay. It was decent. It was fast paced. We had some pretty good action, and but it ended in a draw. It was a draw. It ran out of its time. The match ran out of its time, so it went over the limit. The match went over its time limit. TNA, they end their matches like that for some reason sometimes. They end their matches like that, but I'm okay with that. The match was okay. You know, you look like you're going to get not that it looks like, you're clearly going to get the triple threat match at Lockdown. Lockdown got some decent build-up, in my opinion. You know, the build-up could have been better, but, Lockdown got some pretty decent build-up, in my opinion. But, you know, the match they had was okay, and it ended in a draw. So, hopefully, you know, these guys can have an even better match at Lockdown. So, but moving on. Apparently, Abyss got ran over. Abyss got ran over. But who was it? You know, they say, it looked like to me that it could have been Desmond Wolf. It looked like the guy had on some shades, but you know, it looked like to me Desmond Wolf probably ran over Abyss. But then again, maybe it was Eric Bischoff. So in my opinion, it's one of those guys who ran over Abyss. So Abyss got ran over by Okada tonight, and it's either between Desmond Wolf or Eric Bischoff, in my opinion. And if you do know the answer, please don't come in and tell me. Don't do that at all, please. Like, I don't want to know. I want to find out for myself. If anybody knows, don't come in and tell me. Don't tell me at all. Period. I don't want to know. I want to find out for myself. And moving on. What else happened in TNA? You had like a knockouts match, and you know, this knockout match was sort of like at first I'm starting to think they about to go WWE-ish with their divas, you know, with this little like strip match they had. I'm thinking like, oh no, God, please don't. You know, you don't want to go. You don't want to seem like the divas, you know, with their little strip match. But I didn't watch the match because I had watched Raw. Something had happened on Raw. I can't remember what it was, but I didn't watch the match. So moving on from that, but let's talk about Raw. I thought, like I said, though, Raw was decent, better than last week. Start off with David Hasselhoff. He was an okay guest host. The stuff he was saying, they was calling him the Hoff. He was saying finally the Hoff had came back. I thought that was a little stupid, but I'm okay with David Hasselhoff. He was an okay guest host. He wasn't terrible, not necessarily great, but he was okay nonetheless. He tried to be entertaining, in my opinion, but probably just a little bit too entertaining, but he was okay nonetheless. I ain't really got no complaints about David Hasselhoff. But let's start off with Raw. The matches were okay. Kofi Kingston got squashed, in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion, he did. He got squashed again. He got his ass whipped. So, you know, I'm starting to wonder what the hell are they going to do with Kofi Kingston in the near future. But they start off with a Divas match. Oh, I'm not going to talk about this because, well, basically I didn't watch it. Hey, it's a Divas match. You got two girls in there who can barely work. But I turned, and from what I've seen, Eve is the new butterfly champion. Some people might call it, but because, you know, it's a butterfly on the Divas title. But Eve, she's the new Divas champion. So there, Eve, she's your new champ, and I really don't necessarily agree with that. And at the same time, I really don't necessarily care, but I think they should just kept the title on Maurice. Not that I really necessarily care. But moving on. he had a match between John Cena and David Otunga. And David Otunga, he was talking to Batista in the back. Batista told him to get some coffee for him. So I'm guessing, David Otunga didn't like that. You could tell he didn't like that. He's like, well, I was a little thirsty anyway. But yeah, this match between David Otunga and John Cena, it was an okay match. It was a decent match. You could clearly see, like, David Otunga is getting the biggest push out of all the NXT rookies. Like, he's hosting Raw. He was on Raw again tonight. He wrestled John Cena. So he seemed like to me like he's getting the biggest push out of all the NXT rookies. Him and Wayne Garrett, those guys are getting the biggest push because you constantly somewhat see them outside the NXT show, which is a pretty decent show, by the way. Moving on from that, what else happened? You had the match between I can't think of these matches. Randy Orton and Batista, pretty good match. These guys said this match between Randy Orton and Batista was probably their best match, like, period. The best match that they had with each other, period. Like, this was a pretty good match. They had a nice length. I didn't think the length was going to be that long, but they had a pretty nice length. They ran about 15 minutes. But that's a pretty good match. Almost as good, I would say, as Cena and Batista at the pay-per-view, at the WrestleMania pay-per-view. But that's just my opinion. What I think the match was probably almost as good. Not necessarily as good, but at least almost. But in my opinion, let's talk about TNA again. TNA, Jeff Hardy was there. He wrestled James Storm. Robert Roode, and Jeff Hardy wins. For all you WWE fans, just in case you didn't know, Jeff Hardy is in TNA. Charismatic Nimmer, he's in TNA. Wrestled James Storm, and apparently James Storm, he wrestled Robert Roode, and I think, it was somebody. Yeah, Robert Roode or James Storm, they apparently shot a fireball in Jeff's face, and they didn't show it for some reason. So I'm a little curious to why the hell they didn't show it. You probably have to watch it on TNA.com, but they didn't show when he got a fireball in his face, and I thought that was a little weird. Like, why the hell would they not show this? But hey, you probably get to see it on TNA.com. We're moving on from that. Had the main event between AJ Styles and the Pope. Main event match between AJ Styles and the Pope, and I'm starting to wonder, like, why the hell would they show this match, like, right now? Like, you got a pay-per-view coming up. Why would you show this match? But between these guys. But nonetheless, the match really didn't last that long anyway. It ended in a disqualification anyway because of Ric Flair is not hurt anyway. He got right out of the chair, just like I sort of thought he was. He got out of that chair. So Ric Flair's done being in a wheelchair, and he was so entertaining in that wheelchair, by the way. So he comes in and he hits the Pope in the back of the head, in which AJ gets disqualified, and it was supposed to be a tag team match, but it was a handicap match. At least that's what we thought, because these guys attacked. Well, like I said, it was supposed to be Abyss and the Pope, and Abyss got ran over by somebody. Then it was going to be Jay Lethal, but Jay Lethal gets attacked backstage by Beer Money, so they take him out. And then you're thinking it's going to be AJ Styles versus Desmond Wolfe versus the Pope. But no, the Pope gets taken out by Hulk Hogan. And the chair shot he gave to me looked a little weak. Should have hit him just a little bit harder. Could have gave him a better chair shot than that. But, other than that, I thought both shows were, they were okay. Both shows were, they were decent. They were watchable. I thought both shows were pretty entertaining, at least in my opinion, though. That's just what I think. So you probably think different, but that's just what I think. So I thought both shows for sure was definitely better than last week. And, TNA, I started with Jeff Jarrett and Sting. And he basically, Jeff Jarrett went upstairs to the rafters, and these guys started fighting in the rafters. And it was a pretty good, decent brawl, I guess. A pretty good, segment. I don't know, should we call that a segment or a brawl? I guess you would call it a segment. But I liked it. I liked it. In my opinion, I liked it. But, TNA I thought was pretty good, in my opinion. At least decent. It was a decent impact. I don't think it was bad as last week, like it was bad last week. And Raw was okay, but I thought both shows were okay. So, this is Warzone Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out.